My name is Maria Colacarcio, and I'm the CEO of Syndio, a company committed to eradicating pay disparities in the workplace. So here's the crazy thing about today. I am not going to belabor you with crazy slides. I'm going to show one slide, but it's going to build, and it's going to be so disturbing you will not be able to get it out of your brain. So here we go. This is going to play the entire time. Try not to let it get you down, because there is a way to solve this problem. So look at the headlines. These are compiled just from the last month. The pay gap is real. It's costly to society. It's painful to society. It exists. The World Economic Forum said that we are on track to solve this problem in the next 20 decades. That's 200 years for those of you who need help with math. In many companies, the pay gap is getting worse or it's status quo, and this is after a lot of attention and even some countries passing litigation like the UK. So why do we exist? We are a company that believes that the best organizations are the ones that treat people fairly. They hire fairly, they promote fairly, and at the core, they pay fairly. Syndio is a company that does all of these things. We're an HR analytics company, and we promote fairness throughout the entire phase of employment. Okay, so what do we actually do? Number one, the why. So let's start with the why. So companies are spending billions of dollars today on employee engagement software. What does that even mean? It means people like to work here. They won't leave. They're productive. And we believe very strongly that in order to engage your employees, number one, you need to pay them fairly. You need to give them equal opportunities for promotion, and that will retain them. So in other words, if you want to lose your best people, pay them unfairly. The good news is this is solvable. So the current model perpetuates the problem in that a company, they go out, they hire a law firm, labor economists. It takes months and months and months to get one pay analysis. And then if they want to make any changes to that as their business evolves, so let's say they hire, they do an acquisition, they have a layoff, they have to go back to the well and spend months and months and months, get another analysis and redo it. That doesn't work. That's not business today. So our product is a SaaS platform, and what we do is we analyze pay. We allow companies to analyze, resolve, and monitor pay disparities as they happen. It takes minutes. We get data from our customer companies like Adobe, Match Group, Slack, Nordstrom. There's just a few of them. We get their data, and in that same day, we can analyze their data and allow them to see the underlying behaviors and policies that are contributing to the gap. And we allow them to fix those behaviors and issues. And then, once they've fixed them, they can monitor compliance over time. So what that means is every time someone goes to hire a new employee, they can look and see what's the range in which I should be hiring this person to stay equitable, to promote fairness. So that's the good thing. It's still not solved, but we can solve it. So one last thing about how this is being done. So we talked about the old way. Labor economists, lawyers, expensive, lengthy. There are some technology companies that are doing this as well, but all they're doing is they're showing you a mean and median. They're saying, okay, here's your engineering group, and in this engineering group, women are paid this and men are paid that. That doesn't really tell us much. It doesn't really do anything. So what we do under the hood is we're taking that labor economist and we're running those multivariate regressions, cohort analysis under the hood, and immediately presenting a company like Slack with the statistically significant gaps. So what that means is, are there statistically significant gaps that are happening in the various groups of work? We call them SSGs. It means substantially similar groupings of work. Are they happening? Why are they happening? How can we fix them? And how can we keep them fixed? We were started by a brilliant JD/PhD. He's actually here. He's in the back videotaping. His name's Dr. Zev Eigen. And he brought together everything he had learned at working at law firms, and as a statistician, and as a data scientist. So he built in AI, data science, all of the predictive things to figure out how do we promote fairness, not only in pay, but in promotion, everything we've talked about. And then he figured out how to administer this to companies through software in a way that they could do immediately. So, bad news, we still have a gap. It's going to take 200 years to solve unless we're able to make companies aware everywhere about syndio, because this is a solution. The gap is solvable. It's solvable today, and it's solvable with sophisticated technology that's available to anyone. So when you go home, make sure to tell your daughter, your wife, your friend that you heard about this company and you don't think it's a good investment idea. They are going to love hearing that. Say there's no gap and it doesn't need to be solved. We believe it does. Thanks.